It's the Weekly Wrap with your host, broadcasting legend Bruce Wolf, and his trusty sidekick, comedian Tim Slagle. And now, without further ado, Bruce Wolf.
Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. And now it's even time for my favorite part of the show, wherein I guess what's in Tim's background. And Tim, I hate to tell you where my mind goes, but I'm thinking, are there pictures that Dianne Feinstein sent of parts of her body to Eric Swalwell that we don't know about? What is that what we're talking about here?
It might be Nancy Pelosi because she has some spare parts left over from what they've taken off.
Right.
No, it's a different idea entirely. It's the Pope has been in confrontation with Donald Trump, so he's starting to put out a list of demands, and the first one is he wants the Sistine Chapel repainted.
Yeah, I like it. It's not bad.
Yeah, apparently being Jesus just wasn't enough. A doctor. I'm sorry, wasn't enough. He wants to be his dad as well.
Now, right. At least you show a painting there. I'm wondering, about Michelangelo's David, and Trump saying, "Oh no, I'm much bigger than that." And then we go back to Eric Swalwell. All right.
According though to Stormy Daniels, if you believe her testimony, is that he looks very much like David.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
That's what her description was, a mushroom. I hope not a morel, because that you need to see a doctor
right.
about that. I hope it's
oh gosh.
Now
all I can think of is like sauteed mushrooms, and see, that's where my mind. I'm kind of hungry, I guess. So all right, look, finally, if there's one good thing about the Swalwell thing, it's that Megyn Kelly has finally found her footing, because she was sitting there and she was saying women don't want to get pictures like that. Now, she was being accurate for once.
Yeah.
But women don't really like that.
I don't know where that came from. Why guys think that women do? I come from a generation. I come from a generation where you had to get a Polaroid if you wanted to take pictures of that.
Right. And nowadays, you take the Polaroid, and then you don't want to waste film. That's the problem. I mean, there's no
expensive.
There's no end to the film.
It just occurred to me while I was thinking of all this that Polaroid, that you say Polaroid, I want to take some Polaroids of you. You knew what that meant in our generation. But if you remember, there was a model of the Polaroid called the Swinger. And it just occurred to me all my life. It never occurred to me what they were saying.
Oh, that's why they named it that. Who knows?
I'll bet you.
I'm surprised they weren't. That wasn't banned somehow.
Because it was cutesy. It was cutesy. They had an attractive young model, skinny model, carrying it around, swinging it. And that's what they thought. They said, it's meet the swinger, Polaroid swinger, meet the swinger.
See, but those are the good old days, the 50s and the 60s, when it was there's at least a little subtlety to it. But now it's just it's so over the top. I was thinking Jake Tapper, for his CNN podcast / TV show, could have a panel discussion. Maybe he has Swalwell on with guests Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, Juanita Broaddrick, and Justin Tucker, who was his football player on the Baltimore Ravens, who got kicked out because of this. And with the topic will be, do the goalposts keep moving? Pun intended for Justin Tucker. But because it does seem like, this is patently obvious what happened. They would not have gone after him it had not been for the fact that they've got that jungle primary to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were saying they had compromat. And, we always worry about the Ruskies with, the P tapes and things like that. But it turns out the Democrats are really good at that. And I'm just thinking at this point, given what the Democrats have done, they did it with Biden, right? They don't knock him out of the race because he is incompetent. They knock him out because of what the polls said, and they didn't knock Swalwell out because
Well, I want to go back there just a second while we're talking about Biden. If
Yeah.
you remember the prediction I made right here on the weekly
of course,
wrap was that the Democrats are pushed him into that early debate, knowing that was going, that it's exactly, and before the debate even happened, I predicted that that's what they were doing.
And Trump fell for it. He shouldn't have even had the debate. He should have waited till September when it was too late to change. But if at all, well, they needed Trump. The debate helped Trump, obviously. But oh no, and you don't get credit for it. Meanwhile, people are listening. We're still 3 million podcasts behind Joe Rogan, who still hasn't decided whether we landed on the moon or not. I wonder if he even believes that Artemis flew around it. I mean, you got to pass the one small step before you get the giant leap for mankind. So,
I have to say, while we're talking about Swalwell, that's one of those words that I want to hear Tom Brokaw say.
Well, speaking of that, no question about it. The guy I steal from all the time, John Podhoretz, he had a great line, their commentary podcast. He didn't even do it on their podcast. He just is a throwaway on Twitter because some I want to say some twerp on Twitter, a woman was saying that Swalwell, kind of looked like Jack Reacher, which was kind of a reach to do that. And
did you see they had Tom Cruise playing Jack Reacher?
Well, he was originally, and he's too small. It doesn't even fit.
Well, actually, I've always felt that that version of it should have been called Jack Reacher Round.
Okay, so Podhoretz says in reaction to this that he supposedly looks like Reacher, that Reacher could swallow Swalwell whole. I'll say that 10 times real fast. I mean, it's
how much coleslaw could a Swalwell swallow if a Swalwell could swallow coleslaw?
By the way, I mean, you're not familiar. My Chet character, one of the great, when he would get like a mouthful of saliva in the middle of the sportscast, he would just go swallow. and it was an evergreen for the show. But so how Chet would have had fun with Eric Swalwell. So, but Brokaw, absolutely. So,
and I have to say, you have to be pretty dumb not to know that a girl named Fang is a spy.
Yeah.
How much James Bond did Swalwell watch?
Well, I mean, and she gave you 2 fangs. I mean, it's just been one fang. It gets by. If her name had been Esmeralda Fang, but Fang. Yeah.
Not only is she a spy, she's on the bad side. You know that.
So, but here's the moral of this story. The Republicans have to get smart. They gotta pull a David Axelrod. Remember, if you recall, and I'm sure the Pope personally gave his blessing to Axelrod for having dug up the dirt on Blair Hull and Jack Ryan, which was the sine qua non of Barack Obama's political birth. But now, instead of Tucker and Megyn and Candace sitting there and shooting from their anti-Semitic hips, how's about they get off their lazy duffs and get the compromat on the Dems that is out there? I mean, there's a rebuttable presumption now that somewhat attractive Democratic men, Gavin Newsom or Swalwell or not Chuck Schumer, but men that they pulled a Swalwell. And I would just think it would behoove somebody like Margaret Brennan on Face the Nation. The first question that she should ever ask a Democratic congressman would be, have you ever sent anyone a dick pic? I mean, that's the question that has to be asked.
Yeah, that's the easy one. Well, you could probably get those. You can probably get those from Verizon or AT&T, right? Don't they kind of have records of all the pictures that go through?
You look. I'm not into the snooping like you are, but I'm thinking that's a legit. It's a Tucker just asking questions kind of question, but at this point, that they're hiding stuff.
Yeah.
They hit it with Biden. They hit it with Swalwell. It only will come out when it's convenient for them. And now it's a legit question.
Here's the question I want to ask, though, too, is that did the Democrats actually approach him? Did they say, we got this jungle primary, and it looks like if you don't get out, a Republican could become governor in California. So we would like you to get out. And if you don't get out, we've got the compromat. Do you think that they approached him like that? Because he would have to have known. It's like, woo.
For some reason,
I remember that time I was in
I
remember I was in a hotel room with Ruben Gallego, and there was somebody photographing the entire scene. Gee, I wonder if anyone has access to that tape,
especially
that
because the guy was sitting there and he had that clipper that they have that the director's head and action. No, we're not going to use this anywhere. Meantime, I mean, who really cares about this race that much? But this Katie Porter she's got like 10%. It would help if she dropped out too, probably.
Well, I think they were they're thinking of getting her next because there's some campaign finance inconsistency.
Well, campaign finance also. I mean, she did dump apparently boiling potatoes over her husband's head. Is he called Mr. Potato Head now?
No. You see, he voted for Trump, so Democrats think
it's okay.
That's justice.
Now,
it's a shame it wasn't a vat of French fry grease. That's what Democrats say. But you vote for Trump.
I'm totally understanding it now. Well, we'll see how this. But this guy went in like 3 days. I mean, that was. I mean, Watergate took a long time. Eric Swalwell. I mean, it was like two and a half days. He was done.
And he went so far. He went so far, and he didn't just get out of the race. He had to leave Congress. That's
right. They hadn't even swallowed after saying the original allegation and getting him out of the race. He was out of Congress. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. So, I got to credit Trump because this guy's been doing, I know it's a shock jock or being shock jock adjacent in my career, that you're always trying to top yourself. And Trump somehow does it. I mean, just think of it within like in the last month and a half or so. He makes fun of Rob Reiner and his wife being murdered. Okay. Doesn't make fun of it, but he's tasteless. And before you have a chance to swallow that, he's making fun of Mueller. Okay. Yeah, poor guy was, at the end of his life, wasn't all there. It probably wasn't all there, and that's the reason that they had him head up.
I actually think that what they did to Mueller is that's how they learned that they could get away with it with Biden. Is that letting Weissman run it and then Mueller taking all the blame? They said, we could do this with a president. Totally. If we just had a senile president. Hey, Joe, do you want to run again?
Hey, they do their homework. They know how to do it. And now Trump, well, I don't know how you get better than this, because I think Jesus would actually have to come back for so hold on a second. I got a round of golf to play. But this whole thing with the Pope, now the whole thing is, Darren Bailey, I think, said it all, of course. The guy who's going to get his ass kicked, who I'm going to vote for.
Friend of the show.
And so Darren Bailey had this tweet. It apparently took Trump to task. As they've broken ranks a little bit, some of the Catholics. He says, "I'm a Christian and I'm an Illinoisian. President Trump mocking a Chicago-born Pope and posting himself as Jesus Christ is wrong. I don't care whose name is attached to it. I'll always call it like I see it." And I was just wondering, if the Pope had been born like in Hammond, maybe it's not as bad. But a Chicago-born Pope, okay, putative governor. No, that was. What do you make of this contretemps with the Pope?
Well, as far as the Jesus picture, I find it funny because it's been at least 10 years now that Democrats have been telling us that Jesus was not Caucasian. We kind of always knew that he was probably Jewish, and
Right.
but
And
if you
Semitic.
if you look at that picture, the one, I believe that's the Sacred Heart picture, which is a very Caucasian picture and
Sure.
statue depiction of Jesus Christ.
So that's the crime, that he's white, right?
Well, now all of a sudden it's, oh look, he thinks he looks like Jesus. Well, no, that's not Jesus. You've been telling us
Yeah.
for at least 10 years that that's not Jesus.
Right. Democrats, you have no standing to complain about a painting, the depiction of him in a painting that you no longer feel is justified in the first place.
Right.
Get
right.
out of this courtroom.
And those nice
Yeah.
robes. Jesus didn't have nice robes like that.
No.
Nor did he have Harry Potter's wand in his left hand. It's, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
And the beauty of it is that Trump, you can believe him when he said he didn't even realize it was it was a religious painting. I can believe.
Well, that's true because he's Presbyterian, and Presbyterians don't have that whatever it is, all around the
iconography.
church. Yeah. Iconography, yes. Thank you.
Can we say there is a nurse in the pic? So,
yeah,
for his argument that he's a doctor.
Yeah, it's a nurse from Lutheran General Hospital, 1968. But okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a point, that he's a Protestant. They don't have pictures like that in Protestant church. So maybe he didn't. And here's the other thing. He didn't create that image. That wasn't him, going to Chat GPT and say, make a picture of me looking like Jesus.
Right.
Somebody else posted that back on February 5th of this year. And it came up in his feed, and allegedly it could have been any of his staffers, thought it was kind of amusing and clicked repost. Yeah. I mean, that's the crime, is clicking repost. That's all.
Right.
If somebody made a picture of Slagle like that,
yeah.
Oh, I would. Would you? Yeah. Would you repost a picture of you like that? Bruce,
I'd repost a picture of you. I wouldn't, because it's insensitive. But I'm thinking that he didn't know that. Apparently he deleted this. Is that true? That he deleted the picture?
Yeah. As soon as
the left ran away with it. That's as close to an apology as I've ever heard Donald Trump make. Deleting a picture. Absolutely. That's a de facto apology. I'm going to take it. And I think that's good. Here's the problem. So you get away from the picture for a moment and get to, Pope Leo and what he's saying. And then J.D. Vance, I think, was trying to lecture the Pope on theology. And I don't know how Vance gets in trouble with the Pope on the views on the war, because they're actually on the same side on the war. Vance doesn't like the war. I mean, leaking stuff to the New York Times about how he wasn't for it, and he's trying to hold up, the alt-right on this.
Sure.
Pope Leo doesn't like it either. They're actually on the same side.
Well, I think Vance is a Cubs fan.
If anything, although I think he could easily position himself to be a White Sox fan,
if necessary.
Yeah,
if the nomination, if the 2028 nomination is in question, I'm sure he could. He could be a Yankees fan, for God's sake.
Right. Oh, totally. So, here's the problem with the Pope. I mean, he's got his areas of expertise. Transubstantiation versus consubstantiation. Anselm's ontological proof for the existence of God. The White Sox trade of Aparicio and Al Smith to the Baltimore Orioles in 1963. But blockading the Strait of Hormuz, I don't know. That sounds like advanced sabermetrics to me. Now, here's my question. Right before we were taping today, Trump gave an impromptu press conference and said, they've agreed to give up their nuclear dust. Okay. I don't know. He has a tendency he goes for a hyperbole, occasionally he thinks he's Jesus. He said that we had obliterated their nuclear stockpile after the first round a few months ago. Now there's still stuff left, buried underneath what is it, Mount Pickaxe or something. But the latest thing was, they've agreed to this. So I don't even know where we're at right now.
I don't know that they know where they're at. I think the way that the Iranian government was set up, it was like a hydra. If you cut off the head, it splits into several different, becomes Afghanistan essentially, where there's all these warring tribes, and that's what it is. And he doesn't know who he's talking to at which point. And I think what the trouble is, he has to find the ones that say the right words and support them over the rest of them.
At some point, somebody's going to, I would assume it'd be like the Israelis are going to have to go in there. And you talk about somebody who has no idea what he's talking about. It's me. Okay. But I'm imagining it's the Israelis going in there under the cover of an American aircraft, and they go in and get this stuff out of there. I mean, and who knows if it's really all of it, but they do it.
Well, yeah. If you remember,
got to be a visual.
If you remember, in the run up to the bombing, the trucks were pulling out of there. Were photographed pulling out of there at all hours of the night, pulling out of the mountain. So yeah, it's
and the whole thing is sold to Netflix, or there's a bidding war between all the streaming services, which are dying right now, right? Because there's been a streaming service bubble. They're starting to lay off people. They, just like, they have the guy climb a skyscraper on Netflix. They got to sell the removal of the nuclear material to one of the streaming services. That and the Louis C.K. special. That would be
a great reality show. 10 contestants, 10 kilograms of nuclear fissile material. Who will be the first to reach it? Find out next.
Well, it's a mad world. Okay. Oh my, that'll be good. I'm going to enjoy that. Oh, did you see? Speaking of the Bible and everything, Pete Hegseth, it was kind of funny. He was caught quoting
Pulp Fiction and saying it was a prayer.
Which, by the way, Pulp Fiction wasn't original. Tarantino took it from somebody, but it's Pulp Fiction. He has Samuel Jackson with some quote from the Bible about rescuing, or
blessed are the peacemakers.
And vengeance is good too.
Well, though the vengeance ones, that's the actual quote. It's actually that last line, the I shall rain down vengeance upon you.
Okay.
That's the Ezekiel 25:17. That's the only thing in there that's in the Bible. That entire thing that preceded it was entirely fictional.
Okay. Well, you can understand that why he was just a little bit confused. Poor Pete Hegseth.
Here's what I wonder. Do you think Hegseth was hiding a watch when he was in Iraq?
Yeah. How about, I was thinking that he had one of those gag balls around his mouth or something like that when he was trying to deliver the lines. You know what? It gave me a shot of adrenaline right in the heart to hear that this morning. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap. So one of the things I love about Twitter is you get these people, like famous people, just deciding they got to give their opinions on things that they, like the Pope. But okay, he's got the license.
Does the Pope have a Twitter?
Oh yeah,
does he?
Yeah.
Do you follow the Pope?
No, but he's ubiquitous. I can't avoid him. I do like to hear him. I'm a fellow Sox fan, even though I disagree with him. And
you're an attorney, so you know Latin, so you could probably read all his posts.
I could throw a res ipsa loquitur at him. But the thing is with the Pope, I mean, he does this stuff, and then these people really don't know what they're talking about. I mean, I'm not a Catholic, but I know that he's not invoking infallibility on whether the White Sox made a bad trade or not. He's not doing that, or even on war. Good God, y'all, what is it good for? Quite a bit, Edwin Starr, and we hope that we're going to yield some good results from what's happening in Iran. But so yeah, he's it's just his opinion on a lot of these things. He's not.
As the leader of the Catholic Church, I mean, he's supposed to be opposed to violence. I mean, that's one of the core values of Christianity, is that you never fight. That
I don't think that's a core value of Christianity.
Really? Oh no,
that you never fight.
Never fight. That you never fight. That Jesus
turn the other cheek.
That much like Trump and Democrats, Jesus loved his torturers, whereas Democrats do not. He was tortured to death and loved the men who did it. I mean, that's the model. That's the model you're supposed to follow. So I can't. I mean, it's something to aspire to, sure, but I mean,
look, when Stalin said, "How many divisions does the Pope have?" I still think
he's guarded by the Swiss Army. Are you aware of that?
Sure. And so they got those knives that can do just about anything.
Exactly. Right. Well, that's somebody needs to open that wine.
Right. So
open that wine in a tin of caviar. That's okay, Mr. Pope. I've got it right here.
Well, they march very well too, and that's it's like the Redcoats did. They're all in their uniforms, marching very nicely. They could have been in a college band, and the colonists are just sitting there, really unfair, not fighting by the Marquis of Queensberry rules. They're sitting up in trees and, having a field day.
Here's an interesting thing I learned when I was in Rome. I was the guide grew up in Rome, and she was telling something. She was pointing out all the obelisks that they took all these obelisks from Egypt and erected them because it was a sign of power. And then we get to the Vatican. She goes, I don't know if you know this, but the guards for the Pope, the Swiss guard, you have to be at least 6 foot tall to guard the Pope. And I go, why is that? And she goes, kind of like obelisks.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Right. And why did that make me think of Eric Swalwell's pictures?
Has it got an obelisk?
Yeah.
Has it got an obelisk, or has it got a mushroom?
He was just.
I haven't seen the pictures. So I guess
no,
I'm not
going to see him. So I wasn't thinking of the Pope when I so rudely interrupted myself, but I was thinking of Reggie Jackson. All of a sudden, and I made sure took the one step to see, was it a verified account? It looks like it is the real Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. And that is not him. That's
the Morel.
Yeah, that looks like
Swalwell Morel.
It looks more like Derek Jeter to me, anyway. But there was a tweet from Reggie Jackson, Regaroo. So he says, "So we don't need oil from outside countries. Help me and us with that, please. Then why are our prices so high? We don't applaud you because you do that. Stop beating down the opposition. Just continue to outdo them. Be first class. Just win the game. You'll get credit." Look, I'm not sure that this all parses, but it's Reggie Jackson. So I've got to listen. But I'm just thinking, it sounds like he can't really afford to pay for gasoline. And if so, I feel for the poor guy. Maybe if he had hit 4 home runs in that one World Series game, he'd be able to afford it now. They didn't pay these guys. Well, he had to act in a Naked Gun movie. Remember, he pretended that he was trying to kill Queen Elizabeth.
Bruce, this needs a community note. He owns car dealerships.
Okay. All right.
He needs to sell cars and needs gas to be cheap to sell cars.
All right. Well,
he could sell Teslas.
Yeah, right.
I think they're all company-owned Tesla dealerships.
Huh. Oh, and here's an interesting little factoid: is that October is when they switch the gasoline formula.
Oh.
Remember how prices always go up in October?
Oh. No, I did not remember that.
Yeah. Prices always go up to it because they go to the winter blend. They switch here in the Chicago area, Northwest Indiana area. They switch to the winter blend, and the gas prices go up.
You know, if people would just listen to this podcast,
oh man,
and just wade through all the garbage and two guys, well, me anyway, trying to be funny, maybe,
and here in Northwest
maybe
Indiana,
they get a lot of information, chock full of info.
I paid $3.50 a gallon yesterday for gas here in Northwest Indiana. $3.50.
Oh, wow.
So it's already coming down. Reggie.
That's terrific. That's absolutely terrific.
It will go up in October, though.
Okay, well, we'll store our nuts until then. So, I feel for Reggie Jackson. Now, everybody knew this thing was fixed. I think Trump even said it when he answered.
Right up front. Right up front.
Yeah.
It's why people. Rings. It's why people love Trump.
Yeah, the doorbell rings at the White House, she knocks on the door, and this McDonald's or DoorDash person is bringing McDonald's to the White House. And
the first thing out of his mouth is, "Boy, this doesn't look too staged."
Yeah, no, but of course, because you're immediately thinking, well, they had to check her, when she walks right through.
Yeah, you think they just checked her? Oh my God, they probably strip searched her.
Oh, strip searched her, and probably she bribed them with some bag fries. It's just,
that's the Oval Office. That's not even like the front door. Did you notice that?
Because it says the Oval Office now in big gold lettering, which I don't think was there when Biden was.
Oh my goodness!
Well, actually, didn't Biden have a fake Oval Office in his basement? Do you remember that?
Oh, right.
They set up like a movie set in his basement that looked like the Oval Office, so they didn't have to wheel him too far.
Yeah, no, he did that because that's where he shot, some of the stuff. When they doped him up well enough. So yeah, Cujo's, as Michael Jordan would say, to the president and the DoorDash lady.
Do you think he had a big arch there? Have you heard about the big arch sandwich?
I did try it. I admit that I tried it.
I tried it too. What'd you think?
I'm trying to remember it. It's not that distinctive.
I loved the size. I loved the size. Because it's like the size hamburgers used to be before shrinkflation occurred. I love the size.
Yeah.
Could have used a little more. I don't know if it was just the store I got it from. Could have used a little more sauce and a few more of the crispy onion rings on it.
So that's really the difference between that and a Big Mac, right? Was the onion rings.
Well,
is there anything else? I mean, is the sauce a little bit different?
Yeah, it's 2 quarter-pound patties.
Oh, it's 2 quarter-pounders, right?
Yeah, it's the Big Mac is just 2 regular-sized patties. No, this is 2 quarter-pound patties. No bread in between, and the sauce. The sauce.
So it's really more kind of like an Atkins burger, right? Yeah. Because you get rid of that extra bun.
I would have liked the Big Mac sauce on it. That's my.
And review. Now my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in October, they go to 3 patties, but a little bit thinner. It's the McDonald's blend in October. Whee! All right, look, help me with this one. There's a Sun-Times reporter, this woman, who's getting a little upset because people mistake her for a colleague who is trans, and she's
100%
thinking,
doesn't happen.
She's thinking, and you can take a look at the picture of this. She's thinking, look, sometimes journalist keeps getting mistaken for her trans colleague and has a theory that most Americans just don't know enough about trans women to tell them apart. And I'm thinking, oh, she's trying to claim that, we're all ignorami.
Yeah, she looks like Lena Dunham standing next to Tim Curry for those who are on the radio, listening on the radio.
Yeah, no, that is a perfect description. So here's the problem. If you really think about it, she's sounding transphobic by thinking that people should be able to tell them apart. Isn't Tim Curry going for the look of
Well,
Lena Dunham right here?
I think it's kind of a sideways insult. If you think about it, is because people probably meet her. They say, "Oh, I know that there's a trans journalist working at the Sun Times."
Right, but she's
and when they meet her, they look at her and say, "Are you the trans?"
Right, and so she's transphobic because she doesn't want to be confused with somebody who's trans.
No, she's fat and ugly and looks like a man. That's pretty much what it is, Bruce.
I got to tell you something. To me, she looked really attractive compared to Tim Curry right there. I mean, just juxtaposing the two. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Rep. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Rep. So we're talking before about how Reggie Jackson decides to opine on energy. Well, here's another illustration. Ron DeSantis has decided that he's an expert on golf. And he's talking all about what happened on the Masters over the weekend. Ron DeSantis says he benefited, that is Rory McIlroy, by hitting it so far right on 18. Had it been a standard blocked tee shot, he could have been in heavy trees / bushes with no chance to reach the green. Right of 18 fairway is nasty. And I'm thinking, Ron, I mean, isn't there a state to run? I mean, I mean, he's right about this. I mean, it's kind of a quotidian observation. Almost all of us could have said the same damn thing, but it is Ron DeSantis who is saying that. I just thought it was so funny that.
Well, but if he's correct, what's it matter? I mean, Reggie Jackson was no idea of economics if you don't understand why global prices affect local prices. I mean, that's
no. Ron is fine. I mean, he's on solid ground.
At least he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. No, you didn't watch the Masters, did you?
I taped it. I'll watch it later.
Right. Well, then spoiler alert. You better take off your headphones. Spoiler alert. Okay. Rory McIlroy won his second straight green jacket.
Wow.
Now, I'm watching this.
And what do you do with two green jackets?
Exactly.
There's very few places where I could go where I could even wear one.
Sure.
Do they actually have do they actually, now how does that work? Is it like the Oscars? Do you get a fake one when they award it to you, and then the real one comes in the mail a few months later?
I think they have a tailor on site.
Wow.
Who's he's
Chinese
got the pins
child
in his mouth, and he's what? Oh, we got the same one. Yeah, it was last year, 42 medium. Oh, sure, for Rory.
Hey, Rory, the tailor called in sick. Could you bring your jacket from last year?
So, yeah, you're watching the broadcast, and to me, yeah, they didn't track where his ball was, especially his second shot, because it came from way almost out of bounds, and they're not used to tracking that. And I was wondering, where's his shot? And it's big on 18 because the tournament was hanging in the balance. But if you read Twitter, you'd think it was like the worst crime ever. I mean, Twitter inflates everything. You have to remember where I'm coming from. I'm coming from where I used to watch golf, and they didn't even have the yellow arc going, showing you where the ball was. It wasn't in HD. You were grateful for all that. Now it's.
They didn't type in fake birds.
Well, fake birds. I think I mentioned this before. They did this at the Masters, and they got caught about it. Did they do that again?
I don't know, but I turned it on for just a little bit, and of course, amplified bird sounds like when they go to come back from commercial.
People were complaining about that, the amplified bird sounds, but at least those birds, and I don't know if this is true.
Are they real?
Well, are they indigenous to the area? Because somebody caught them. I mean, this is like 20 years ago. They caught them.
It was before there was an app for that. I mean, now they have an app that you can like Shazam for birds.
There was an ornithologist who said those are birds that are native to Augusta, Georgia. That's not the tom tit. And I just
Wow.
wanted to say that, of course.
Wow. What is the purpose? Just atmosphere? Is that?
But it wasn't.
I know, but what was the purpose? What was the
Because they
production
want the
reason?
atmosphere.
But what's the production meeting where they go, we need more birds. There's not enough birds. Somebody get some birds.
It's Christopher Walken sitting in there going, I need more bird noise and a little cowbell too. Yeah. So
let me get this straight. So he hit a shot and nobody knew where it was.
Let's put it this way. It was more easily, the Artemis 2 was more easily tracked going landing in that spot in the
so theoretically Ocean. he could have like walked over to where he wanted it. And
I don't think so, because there were about 25,000 patrons standing there watching.
So they did. So people did know where it was.
Yeah, they knew where it was, but the camera couldn't follow it.
Okay.
And so then finally, the what do they call it? The money shot. It is when you make the final putt. Well, his back was to the camera, and he was blocking, and it was like a gimme 1-footer. So you couldn't actually see him put it in the hole. And it's the final shot. But okay, they had replays that eventually showed it. And then on Twitter, people were going absolutely nuts, because I think that's what Twitter's for. It's just for it. I mean, our leader, our fearless leader, Mr. Big Donald Trump. I mean, he's the guy who paves the way. Everybody just going nuts over stuff that you wouldn't. Okay,
I think that's the difference between X and R. Whether you can see him put it in the hole.
Exactly. You know what? I mean, let's just end the show right now. Okay. What are we gonna do? Everything's gonna be anticlimactic after this. Okay. All right. Speaking of putting things.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney, and this is, by the way,
Sydney Sweeney update. We need a theme for that. We need a theme for this.
Yeah,
like maybe the White Lotus theme or something.
Oh, experts are.
I just want to show that it's not me that's doing this. I mean,
it was based on Tim's X versus R comment. I thought it was a good
it's very good. It's apropos. You had it in the rundown anyway.
Yeah, you knew I was going to take that cheap, make that cheap.
But crack. Sydney Sweeney in Euphoria season 3. And I don't even know how to describe it. She's in some kind of lingerie.
He gets an OnlyFans account as part of the storyline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I believe that's a corset, and she has a
black
little
dot on her nose, and
dot on her nose, and a little doggy ears, and a collar and a leash.
Right. And
she says, "Woof woof."
And
Chris played it over and over and over.
We'll break this down next week, and
we're just going to have a minute and a half of silence here as we watch this right now. Sydney Sweeney.
I saw that the ratings for the premiere of Euphoria were like not even 1 million, not even half a million. It was
they took 5 years off between season 2 and season 3.
Wow, you guys really know your Euphoria.
I've watched 2 episodes, like season 1.
So
I haven't watched any. I was just reading about it because that apparently Sydney Sweeney dressed like a dog is a scandal. I don't know why.
I do have an update for you, gentlemen. I stumbled upon a movie and I watched it, full nudity from Sydney Sweeney, called The Voyeurs, if you're interested.
Huh.
And I'm going real after seeing the movie.
Oh. I mean, her whole attraction is that she leaves enough to the imagination and has some beautiful, beautiful outfits. If I have,
totally naked in a sex scene.
Yeah. All right. I do want to get to this.
Now, how did you find that? Did you go on Mr. Skin or something?
No, I watched the Housemaid. The Housemaid, and it came up as a suggestion after The Housemaid.
No.
Mm-hmm. All right, and next week,
did they advertise it as Sydney Sweeney fully nude?
It's her pictures in the clip. It's an Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. It's an Amazon Prime production from a couple.
How old is the film?
I think 22 or something.
Oh, okay.
I had never seen it before. It's interesting enough.
Barely legal at that point.
Yeah. Next week, Chris's Google history. Looking forward to that.
No, Mr. Skin. It's
I know Mr. Skin. I'm familiar.
You do know Mr. Skin. He's
I know because Steve Dahl used to have him on like 35 years ago. I thought he was obsolete though, because
I do not know.
Because
I imagine people
you don't
still
need
go
that
there
anymore.
Well, kind of. Okay. If you want to see celebrities naked, like well, no, a lot of celebrities don't once they make it big, it's the no nudities in their contract. Amelia Clark did that after like the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones. She said, "Okay, I'm tired of getting naked. No more nude shots."
Yeah, I think Joan Rivers did that. I think after her world tour in 1967. All right, real quickly here, we've got this reporter named Diane Rossini, I guess, from The Athletic, which is this hoity-toity sports publication. She had to resign because she was caught with the New England Patriots coach, Mike Vrabel, at a couples retreat in Sedona. And she denies that anything untoward happened. But there is a picture of her and Mike Vrabel just standing there together.
Didn't we do this last week?
We had the beautiful picture of Sedona last week.
Yes, but the follow-up, we did do it. But the follow-up is that, she wound up having to resign. There's this NFL reporter, Chrissy Freud, was celebrating Rossini's resignation. We know who you really are. And all I could say is, hey, Freud, you see that liquid propulsion right there? Sometimes a picture of liquid propulsion is just liquid propulsion. Let's not cast stones here. We don't know if she actually did this or not, but I would have to say that since she's not really trying to defend herself or providing hotel receipts of separate rooms, that and this probably means the end of her career, that I don't know why she isn't saying anything. It's got to be that there's something there. I would think rebuttable presumption, right?
Isn't The Athletic an arm of an offshoot of the New York Times?
I'm glad you asked that, because the New York Times people are absolutely flabbergasted. They are so upset about this because you see in their ethics, you're supposed to not even show the appearance of impropriety. And because we want to have the cover, when the football coach bamboozles you, you want to make it at least look like you're not in bed with them. But if you're literally in bed with them, that's going to be a problem. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that their ethics policy doesn't apply to Wordle, but I didn't see the time. So
thank goodness, because Wordle actually makes money for them. Bruce Wolf, Tim Slagle on the Weekly Wrap.
And that's the Weekly Wrap on radio and television. Follow Bruce at Bruce Wolf Shy on Twitter and Tim at timslagle.com. The Weekly Wrap with Bruce Wolf, a CP Pods production.